How's it going, everybody? Thank you for watching this video. And just a quick note, if you guys are subscribed, or if you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe. And when you do, click this little bell here on my channel and get all notifications sent to you from my channel. That way you guys can be updated with all of my channel updates and uploads and whatever else I do on here. Thanks for watching.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the source code. My name is Deshawn, and today we're going to be looking at how to really use MySQL databases and how to set and get information from them. So one of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to change our MySQL setup here, okay? And we're going to add something up here, and we're going to call it table. And then we're going to go down here, and we're also going to call it table. And we'll just set that to nothing for right now. All right, so what we're going to do, and I meant to do this in the last video, but I didn't even think about it, is we're going to set these to be accessible through the config, because we don't really want it to be hard-coded like this. We want the user to have the option to go ahead and change this in their config. So we're just going to say config.yml. All right, we're just going to throw this into here. And this is just going to be host. We'll just pull all these back. Oops. Just to do this really quickly here. Port, we don't need that, we don't need that, we don't need that, or that. We don't need these quotation marks, or the semicolons. Okay, we're just gonna go here, gonna go here, 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 and this is going to be called player data. And I think we're all set. I don't think I need to put these around it. No, okay. So we got the config.yml, so we can go ahead and close that. But we need to do one more thing here. We need to load our default config, because if we don't do that, then obviously we're not going to be able to do anything here. So we're just going to go ahead and create a new class, a new constructor here. So public void load config, and we will just say get config dot options dot copy defaults true, and then we will just go ahead and save config. So that's just going to save whatever we have pre-set up inside of that here. So we actually need to call this before our MySQL setup, because we won't be able to set up our MySQL without the config being loaded. And then we are just going to go ahead and say this.getConfig.load, or sorry, come on. Why is that doing that? .getConfig.get string, and it's going to be localhost, and then this is going to be 336, but it's going to be get int 3306 dot get int. Oh, it's still a string. Okay, why did I think it wasn't a string? And okay, and this is just going to change to host. This is just going to change to port. That's why, because I'm being stupid. This is just going to change to string here, and then this is going to just be database. This is going to change to username. This is going to change to password, and this is going to change to table. Okay, so let's go ahead and export that real quick here. So now that we have that all set up, we are going to make a new class here, and we are going to call it new class MySQL. MySQL. And we will just call this. What do we want to call this? MySQL. Setter getter. That's a good name. MySQL setter getter. And we are just going to go ahead and say MySQL main. We'll just change this to MySQL setter getter. MySQL main plugin equals MySQL main dot get plugin dot MySQL main dot class. All right, now this is where the fun begins. So we're going to, the first thing we need to do is we need to create a class we need to create something that can go ahead and check if the player already exists inside of our database, because if it does, obviously we don't want to create that player again. So we're just going to say public boolean player exists string. Well, we'll actually just say UUID. And now there's a couple different ways you can do what I'm about to do. You don't specifically have to do it the way I'm doing it right now. This is just the way that I particularly do it. So we're just going to import that. And we're going to say prepared statement equals, and now we're going to say plugin dot get connection dot prepared statement. And now this is where the fun of MySQL begins. So what we need to say in all caps is we need to say select everything from space tab plugin. Oops. So this is, we're going to be calling plugin dot table. So what we have, that's why we needed the table there, because we're going to select it from our player data table right here. This is where we have our table set up. So we're going to select it from there, and then we're going to say, back in caps, where UUID equals question mark and that. So that question mark is going to be a value that we're going to be setting. Did I import the wrong one? I did. No, I didn't. We want Java SQL. Okay. No, we don't want Java SQL. Okay, I guess it's this one. What in the hell is happening? Oh, okay. It's running a try and catch statement. I was like, what the heck is happening? Like, why is this not working? And then we'll add a return false there. So we're gonna say, okay, so then we're gonna say, now back out of caps lock, we're gonna say statement dot set string, and this is where we're going to say 1, and then we're gonna put UUID. That's why we have the question marks there. If we had more question marks there, like if this in this particular scenario it wouldn't work, but if we had like 3 question marks, we would say 1, 2, 3, and we would set those values to whatever they would be. Then we want to just set this to string. Okay. The next thing we need to do is we need the result set. So whatever we get from this, then we're going to say statement dot execute query. Execute query. And this is going to run that. And then we want to say if results, oops, why is that like that? If results dot next, so we're saying if it can go, we basically want to say that the player was found, because if it is able to go on to the next, or if it is able to next, we know that the player was found. So then we just want to say plugin dot get server dot broadcast message. I'm just doing this just for purposes of this, so you guys can see in the chat. You don't want to really do this player found, because you obviously don't want this to show up every time that a player is found, right? Because, you know, if you have a server that has 30 people on it, you're going to get 30 broadcasts saying that the player was found. Then we're just going to say, we're just going to return true. And sorry if you can hear my phone ringing. And then if we can't find that player, we're just going to get this message here. We're just going to change this to red. We're going to say player not found. Okay. So what we can actually do is create our next class, our next constructor here, which is going to be where we're going to create the actual player, because yeah, that's what we need to do. So public void create player. So that first thing there is only checking if the player exists. You can of course put that inside of this create player. I think it's just better to keep them separately, just for organizational purposes. So we're going to say final UUID equals player. And now we're going to get a try going on here. We're going to say again prepared statement equals, and it's going to be the same thing from up here, so we're just going to copy this and we're just going to paste it down here because it's going to be the same exact thing. And we'll just do that. Okay, and then we'll just say catch SQL exception e.print stack trace. There we go. Just to get that to go away. Then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go ahead and say statement dot set string 1 and UUID dot to string. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go ahead and say, but this time we're going to go ahead and do result set results equals statement dot execute query. And now we're just going to go ahead and say results dot next, and this will just move on through it. And then we just want to say if it does not equal, so we're going to say, well, I guess we could do it a different way, but we're just going to say if it does not, so we're going to say player exists UID equal to true. So we're saying, well, we don't have to do it this way. I don't know why I did it that way. So we're going to say if it does not equal true, we will go ahead and create another prepared statement here. I know, very long, and we're just going to say insert, and then we're going to plugin dot get connection dot prepare statement. And here's with the long jumbleness, but this one's different, so don't worry. So we're actually just going to press enter there just so I can get that out of the way. So this one is going to be insert into, so we're inserting into our new table now, or we're inserting into our table, and this is going to be plugin.table plus, and now this is where you would use the multiple question marks here. So we're going to say UUID, and these are going to be the names of whatever you set in your database. So for instance, oh, that's not mine. So mine is UUID, I'm already in there because I was testing this out. So mine's UUID, name, and coins, and we're just going to go ahead and trying to get this. Okay, so that's what mine is. So yours would be different than mine, maybe, unless you're following right along. Then we want to say values, and these are going to be the values. And now this is where we'd have question mark, comma, question mark, comma, question mark. And now that statement is ready. And now what we can say is we can say insert dot set string 1 UID dot to string. Now we can say again insert dot set string, oops, not short, string, and this is going to be 2, and then this is going to be player.getName, because we're setting their name for that one. And then this one is going to be insert.setString, and this is going to be 3. And now this is our coins. You can have a default coins in your config. I'm just going to hard code it in and just say 500. This is not string, this is int. So your coins can be whatever you want it to be, set as default. You can change it in your config or whatever. I'm not going to do that because I just don't see a point just for this. Since you guys already know how to use configs, it would be the same thing. And then we're just going to say execute update. Alright, and just for purposes of this, we're just going to say plugin.getServer.broadcastMessage and chat color.green player inserted. Okay, so now what we can do is we can go ahead and say at event handler public void on join player join event, and then we'll just say player equals event.getPlayer, and we'll import event handler there, and then we will just say create player.getUniqueID and player. And now that is good there. Now we just got to do one more thing here in our onEnable. We just got to go ahead and say this.getServer.pluginManager.register events, and we're going to say new MySQL setter getter, and the plugin is going to be this. And we don't need parentheses there. We just need new. We just need parentheses down here though. And then we just have to implement listeners onto this here. So let's go ahead and export this. Alright, so now that we got all this out, let's go ahead and try and see if we can get this to work here. So let me just go and make sure that this is completely empty. Okay, browse. Okay, there's nothing in there. Let's just reload again to be safe. Let's go ahead and join in here and player inserted. So our player wasn't found and our player was inserted. So now if we leave the server, we can go ahead and see that player was found and we are no longer inserted. So that is all I got for you guys. You guys really got all you really need to know to utilize MySQL databases. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to join me on my Discord here. We got a lot of people there who can help you. And if you guys are having troubles with MySQL databases and anything like that, let me know. Leave a comment below. But to be honest, to get help, your best bet's going to be our Discord. But that is all I got for you guys, and I'll just show you on here that our information was inserted. Alright, so now that we know that that is working, I'm going to show you guys how to get a value and how to update a value. Both relatively easy, and we're just going to copy all of this because we're going to pretty much need all of that. So we're going to move down here. We're going to say public void update coins. That will just be the easiest. Update coins. And then this is going to be a UUID, and an int, which is coins. So we're just going to copy all that. And we're going to say from plugin table. Alright, we're going to surround this in a try and catch statement here. We'll just copy these. Oops. Delete those, move them here. And I'm not really sure why that does that. So we'll just say statement. We want to say update. And we want the plugin table. So we want to update our table, and we want to set their coins equal to question mark, where UUID equals question mark. So this first question mark is not going to be their UUID. It's going to be what we want to set their coins at. Which we are going to just say we'll set it to 1,000 And then we are just going to statement dot execute update. And that's pretty much all we need to do, and we want to set int here. So that's pretty much all you need to do there. And now update coins will work. So let's just say, let's just make a quick event handler, public void hit player interact event. Don't know why it keeps doing that. So we just make a quick play interaction event, and we're just going to say update coins. And this is just going to be event.getPlayer. And what else do we need there? And their UUID. Event.getPlayer.get unique ID. I'm just doing this really quick here, so we can update coins. Why is that not working? Update coins. Oh, we just need their UUID. Actually, we don't need that into there. We'll just set that to that. So now update coins will run on a player interact event. So if we go ahead and export this. Alright, so what we're going to do now is I just cleared all of it. And now we're going to test this. I just clicked this there. And now we're going to see. And we have 1,000 coins. So that's really great. So the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how you can get certain values, right? So we're just going to say public void get. We can do get coins. We'll just do update coins. No need to do underscores. So we'll say get coins, and you can hear a nice truck going by, probably for like the 18th time. And we are just going to need a UUID, and then lots of doing the same. So we are just going to go ahead and copy all of this here. And we're just going to paste this down here. And then we just want to throw this in a try and catch SQL exception e dot print stack trace. And then we just want to say results dot next. And then we just want to say system.out.print results.get int coins. So that'll print out how many coins we have, and nothing here changes. So if we go here, it will also, if we say get coins, event.getPlayer.get unique ID, it will work exactly the same. Let's go ahead and do that. And you can see there we have gotten our coins, which is 1,000. So thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a comment, drop a like, and subscribe. Sorry it was a really long one. But thank you so much for watching.